Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Cord Cutting After Dark. This is episode 7. If you're not familiar with Cord Cutting After Dark, this is why I just sit back, relax, sip on a little something, and just go through some topics. Thank you, folks, for watching this video. Checking it out. Tonight's alcohol of choice is the Aldi brand. It's called, let's see if we get that in there. It's called Bacher. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, and it's called Bacher. It's a German style lager, and it's pretty smooth, man. It's like a step above Rolling Rock. It's not as smooth as Rolling Rock, Rolling Rock, I have to, drink like 2.5. After my second one, that's when I really start feeling the buzz. But this one, after my first one, you start feeling your buzz. It's like a step above Rolling Rock, but it don't have that taste like Heineken. Heineken, when I first tried Heineken, it was disgusting. But I'm getting settled in right now. That burp came, but But yeah, man, this is more smoother than Heineken, but a little bit more aggressive than Rolling Rock. So, it's kind of passive aggressive right here. This is my passive aggressive beer. $5.99, about the same price as Heineken though. Depending on what area you buy your Heineken at, about the same price as Heineken. But it's great, man. It's a great beer. You guys should check out. It's called Bacher. But welcome, folks. Episode 7 of Cord Cutting After Dark. Of course, we're going to touch on some topics. If you're new to cord cutting, stick around. Some things I want to show you. Just sit back, relax. If you up, I'm an insomniac, so I'm usually up. Some days I don't even sleep. It's just my brain. It's just like that for me. Around, if I'm not asleep by 11 o'clock, my brain my wheels start turning. I start thinking of stuff. And boom, sometimes most of the time it keep me up. But that's neither here or there. That's another issue. That I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about that. But all right, so first things first, what we're gonna talk about is Pluto TV, baby. I wrote an article back in July 2nd, and so bring it down for you, baby. But I wrote an article on Pluto TV. I don't think I did a video on it, but Pluto TV now has dedicated Spanish channels. So I know I have a pretty good amount of Spanish speaking, bilingual subscribers out there. But Pluto TV has dedicated Spanish channels. Some are subbed in Spanish. Some are just straight up Spanish. You have wrestling, MMA type content as well, movies, TV shows. If you haven't seen the article, you can go to it and just check out what they got. Combat World, MMA, Lucha Libre, wrestling, TV Brazil, Comedy Central Latina, MTV Latina, Investiga, that's crime. I mean, they're hitting across all the platforms. Pluto TV, growing platform. Of course, I mentioned in a previous episode, that they was bought out by Viacom. Keep in mind, Pluto TV had generated $130 million to get the platform started, worth of investors, man. This is not some hole in the wall type of investment or platform right here, man. It's a reason why they're the live internet TV platform for smart TVs, Amazon, and Air TV minis. I mean, they're the live internet platform. They're doing I think $130 million, man. How many digits is that, man? That's 9 digits. 7 digits is a million. Add 2 more, that's 9. That's 9 digit, man. That's 9 digit to get this started, man. I won't even see that in my lifetime, But it's legit, man. Pluto TV is legit. The only thing I worry about with Pluto TV is are they gearing up to become a paid service? Are they just, because they're doing advertisements and all that, and and all types of stuff, man. They have BT, MTV on there. They're playing the old shows, but you know, at the same point token, you can look at it and say, okay, they got, you know, these studios have all this old content. Where else are they gonna put it? Are they just gonna let it sit in the vault and not earn any revenue? No, put it on a free platform. You know, but I hope they don't change into a paid platform. You know, stay ad supported, man. Stay that free internet television, you know, platform. So, you know, comment on that. You know, what you think about Pluto TV? Do you use Pluto TV? You know, it's, you know, man, like I said, my mind just be going. I wonder. Pluto TV is very popular, you know, obviously, but not as popular as this one, Disney Plus, man. Looking at Disney Plus, you know, they got a timer. They letting people know this is going to be the big thing of 2019. You know, when they first brought out the news, I think it was like 2 months ago, man. Information was everywhere, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, why don't they just tell us? Tell us what the price is going to be. Tell us what is, you know. But I realized that they put the info out there to hit people's ears. Boom. Just like movies may throw out a trailer, a teaser trailer, a year before a movie comes out, before they even finish the movie, finish editing the movie. They throw out them teaser trailers, man. They want to get people's interest, you know. And then in the background, they still figuring stuff out. Disney Plus is still, I guarantee you, to this day, they still figuring it out. You know, they got, if they got this timer on the website, they got it in their corporate office. When you come in to Disney Plus every day, you got to look at this timer. You got to go to meetings, talk about the content, where you gonna pull it off of. You know, Disney's been pulling their content from people, you know, because they gearing up for their own service. Hey, either you gonna pay us this amount of money or we gonna pull it off, man. But you know, the biggest question when it came out is it gonna replace Netflix? I don't think nothing can replace Netflix, you know, unless you're that type of person. But I think Netflix can be that background player because the price is so cheap. It's like, you know, they can play the background, but still be the lead dog, you know, because their content is just there, it's on point, you know. Depending on the type of person you are, the content, Netflix might be your primary source for television, or it might not be. But I can tell you this, Netflix for a lot of working people is the primary, because you can watch it anywhere. You go over a friend's house, log into your account, chill out. You can Netflix and chill anywhere. You can't Netflix and chill with Comcast. You can't Netflix and chill with a satellite dish. You know, you can't Netflix and chill with Charter. You can't Netflix and chill with Verizon Fios. You can't Fios and chill, you know, because your set-top box is at your house. Can you imagine somebody pulling up with a satellite dish in their car? Like, hey, baby, you know, let's dish network and chill, baby. Nah, you ain't about to screw that into my roof. But, you know, Disney Plus will not replace Netflix. For a lot of people, they're going to end up having Disney Plus and Netflix because they're going to subscribe to Disney Plus and probably forget all about Netflix. Cancel their subscription, give it to their homeboy, or let the kids watch Netflix. But everybody's going to keep their Netflix subscription. Netflix don't lose subscribers. Netflix gains subscribers, you know. But we're going to see, man. This is going to be very interesting. Let me just scroll down here. I did a video on this, though, but endless entertainment. You know, unlimited downloads, you know, but, you know, the thing, like I said before, they don't bring no prices out, but I doubt if this part right here is going to be free. Unlimited downloads for free? Are you kidding me? Oh, there go another bird. Big deal, small price, baby. Big deal, small price, baby. Yeah. $6.99 a month, $69.99 per year. Now you cannot beat that price. Most people just gonna pay for a year. Right out the gate, they're gonna make $1 billion, and everybody, all the corporate big wigs gonna buy a new house, man. They're just gonna be rolling in dough. But Disney is just one of them companies, man. They've been on top for about a decade with the Marvel movies. You know, back in 2008 when the first Hulk movie came out, I was like, man, I need to watch this at least 2 more times. Even though looking at it now, it's kind of cartoonish. But it wasn't as bad as Green Lantern, but still the graphics for that time was great, man. I like that storyline they had, you know, especially when the dogs, when he had to save his girl from the dogs. Man, that was great. Even with what's his name, Nick Nolte, man. Nick Nolte was in there, man. He played that role good, you know. He was like Mickey Rourke, you know. What Mickey Rourke was to Iron Man 2. You know, these Marvel movies are just hot right now, you know. But Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic. I mean, they got all that. Then they're gonna have own original content, you know. But it's all about, for me, I think it's gonna touch on all ages because for me, it's about the older movies. I'll sit down with my kids and watch Toy Story, you know, Lion King. That movie is coming out, you know. You know that has something to do with Disney Plus. They're gonna play that all in together, baby. You know they are. You know they're gonna play it, but you know they hyping it up. I think it's well worth it. You know, everybody are just just waiting for it. 30 episodes of Simpsons. I remember they first announced that. I mean, 30 seasons of Simpsons. So something will really be. I can't wait till it come out. I can't wait to check it out and do a review on it. But you know, it's a lot more things I want to talk about in this episode. Specifically, why people are confused about cord cutting. It's something I definitely want to talk about. But before we get to that, let's move on to the next topic. The DTV Repack. You know, Repack. You know, you can head on over to otantenna.com/info to get a full list, a current up-to-date list of. I scoured the web to put these together. So, you know, this is up to date. You know, it's up to date. And then down here, 2 channels were added for 2019. 2 channels. So you have Court TV, which is live court. I mean, you seeing the guy on the witness stand. You know, kind of like what they did with the O.J. Simpson trial, all the news outlets, the Jodi Arias trial. You watching people on the witness stand, which before these stuff like this was only available on cable TV, or it had to be a real big story for you to see that. So you getting that. Shows like this was available on Pluto TV, by the way. You got Newsnet, which is news station. I mean, you look at cord cutting as a whole, man. I mean, that's why I say you can always find something similar to what you watch, like with cable. Because, like, say for example, if you only have an antenna, this is all you getting. You can get the same thing with a free streaming service like TubaTV, Pluto TV, Sony Crack. You get the same thing. Or, you know, you can mix up your streaming service. Haystack. Mix Haystack up, or local, Lowcast, you know, mix that up, you know. That's why I do videos. I try to make my content cover the whole area of cord cutting because I love cord cutting. I'm into this type of technology. I like television. I like watching commercials. You know, I sit down and I watch commercials. I've seen how commercials change. You know, commercials now more diversified. You might see a black wife, a white husband, an Asian husband, a white wife. You know, it's so diversified now. That lets you know they're listening to the people out there, and it's just interesting. Commercials can be funny, man. Not even just the Super Bowl commercial, but commercials in general. You know, it can be very interesting. They put a lot of money into them commercials. It's out there for a reason, you know. But you know, people companies have whole departments for marketing, you know. But yeah, channel list. Check out the channel list, otantenna.com/info. To get your spec. And if you're looking for Spanish channels, just click on the Spanish link for Spanish channels, and it's going to open up a tab for you. Take the time to write down a list of Spanish channels that are available now. The thing with Spanish channels right now, they don't really cover that big of an area in the United States. I think some of them only cover over 50%, but a lot of them may cover 15, 10%, 20%, like that. But it's worth the shot. Just go ahead. It's the FCC Repack, which you're going to have to rescan anyway, because Dust is selling on the FCC Repack. AntennaWeb.org, according to them, the latest rescan that you should have did was on August the 2nd, which was a couple of days ago. You should have did it. You know, you still can do it. Just rescan your channels. it looks like every other month you're gonna have to do a rescan. You know, get them channels, man. They changing the game. And I wrote an article when I first started cord cutting that they're looking at even having a streaming service for over-the-air TV, so you won't even need an antenna. But my only concern about that was, is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? You know. So another thing, let's talk about. Let's hop on over to TubaTV right quick. I mean, if you're familiar with TubaTV, then you know TubaTV has great content. I mean, just look at the list of genres. And one thing I noticed in the difference from paid services and free services is free services have the thriller genre. Thriller and horror. You know, paid services, you know, they're not gonna put that thriller genre up there. Like, look it up, man. It might say sci-fi or suspense. You know, I need to see that thriller and horror genre. You know, that's great content, man. I encourage all you guys to check out low budget films. Man, they can be funny and frightening at the same time, man. It was this movie about a tornado, man. It was so low budget. And it was another movie I watched about a crazy lady that it was so, the acting was so bad, man, but it was just so, I forgot the name of that movie, but it was just so interesting. I'm like, man, this is great, you know? This movie is so horrible that it's great, man. I need to see something like this. I'm tired of being, that's why people gravitate toward YouTubers because they're feeling like the big companies have agendas. And somebody was talking about this, how, I think Joe Rogan was talking about this with somebody about why people trust comedians more than journalists. Is because, you know, you feel like a comedian don't have an agenda. You feel like a journalist might have an agenda. You know, they're working for somebody. You know, they have to satisfy their bosses or their company's agenda. So, yeah, you know. And, you know, they're making light of the situation as well. So, I mean, that's why it's good to hear from comedians. Yeah, you know the truth. I like to get bits of information from everywhere. Take a sip of my Audi beer. Yeah, man. Just relaxing, man. Just chill. Yeah, man. So, I mean, let's go to their movies on Tuba TV. So, if you're not familiar with Tuba TV, man, American History X, Running Scared, and then like Cold Case Files, that's also available on over-the-air television. But if you don't get a good signal or whatnot, you know, you can watch it, you can stream it. You know, and the thing about when I first started cord cutting, I was doing a lot of videos on using cell phone data. You know, Metro PCS, you get a lot of hotspot data, or most cell phone companies now offer free cell or unlimited 4G data. You know, I did videos on ways you can stream mirror without using your hotspot data. So, Up in the Air, it's a great movie. Fair to launch. I mean, it's just so much content. This is just Tuba TV. Pluto TV has a lot of great content as well, but there is a difference. They may seem similar, but there is a difference. Tuba TV, to me, they have a great thriller section. Like I said, I like thriller movies. They have a great thriller section. We ain't gonna really jump into that now. But speaking of Tuba TV, let's look at their latest ad, folks. Dear Netflix, I had my first threesome last night. Tuba was amazing. So they're, you know, pretty much insinuating that, you know, instead of Netflix, they watch Tuba TV. You know, I never had Tuba TV, so I never really had a threesome. But this ad reminds me of the Dish Network Sling TV ad. So, which I don't like them kind of ads. You talking about infidelity or whatever? If you into slinging, good, but you know, swinging. I mean, you into swinging, good, but I mean, not even good, man. If you into, why you even get married if you gonna swing? I just don't understand. I'll never understand it. Nobody can ever talk me into understanding that. If you married, why you want to swing? But you know, that's your thing. That's your thing. You know, I would never hang out with you. That's just me. But dear New York City, you free tonight? because we are. Now that's funny right there. But you know, TubaTV, like I always said, man, since day one, that's a great platform. You have a lot of free platforms. Freeform, which is now integrated into Sling TV. You can access Freeform from Sling TV. A lot of it, man. But it's a lot of them that was out there that's really not updating their platforms. You know, of course you got IMDb free dives, the Amazon platform. You have the Roku channel, man. The Roku channel always adds a lot of good content, you know, and that's why I think Roku is a great cord cutter device now. That we have the Air TV Mini, which, you know, I pretty much try to dissect that whole device, man. I wanted to do as much content on the device as I can and split them up because, you know, I wanted people to know what they had to offer. But to me, it's a great device. I just think they can do something different with the name. Sling Air TV Player, you know, change the name, you know. I think it's a great device. My experience is never locked up on me. I've never had any issues and never unexpectedly rebooted. The remote always works. Great device, man. You know, no complaints here about it. In comparison with the Roku and the Fire Stick, I would say this, man. The Roku, of course, is more cord cutter friendly because the content, you can just go to the Roku channel and it's there. But looking at the Air TV Player, Air TV Mini, they can, if Roku maybe change their interface, maybe it will help a little bit and maybe help some people. And that's one thing I'm going to get into. Like I said before, knowing how cord cutting works is a big thing nowadays. But before we get into that, let's talk about, you know, if you're new to cord cutting, you have cord cutting groups you go to, and that's what I try to create here. I try to create like a online community, a group where people can go to and just interact with each other, get questions. Maybe I touch on a topic you thought about before but didn't really forget you knew stuff about it, like going to the kitchen and then forgetting what you went into the kitchen for. You know, the cord cutting is like that, man. You start going somewhere, but then damn, like, all right, why did I get a Roku? Was I gonna sign up for a Sling or was I gonna get Hulu? You know, it's just one of the things. Like, cord cutting can be so overwhelming to some people if you don't know what it's for. I heard somebody asked a question about hooking up an antenna to a Roku player. You know, and you know, if you're familiar with it, then you know that seems like a ridiculous question, but that was a genuine question that really needed to be answered for that person because they want to cut the cord. But this cord cutter group, no question is too dumb. You can go in there and ask any question. Nobody's going to critique you or criticize you. You can ask anything and somebody's going to answer your question. It's called Cut the Cord on Cable and Dish Services. This group is a growing group. When I first started out, I think they had about 3,500, and this was about 5 months ago, maybe. Now they have 4,040 members. People ask the questions all the time, man, and people coming with genuine questions, genuine help. You know, this lady here, you know, she looked for some questions, and people are willing to answer. And like I said, man, it's people out there with open arms. You're going to get info from people who know about streaming, who know about antennas, you know, people who know about Fire Stick, Roku, all that, man. You know, everybody's out there and they're just looking to help. Great group right there. But one thing, the last thing I want to talk about is, you know what? Let's talk about these Amazon antennas. You know, we know. So somebody released an article about a week ago about these dubious Amazon claims. People talking about the antenna 130 plus miles. I mean, that's why, you know, it's important that you get your information from a reliable source because, all right, the deal with these antennas is, now you might hear people say, these antennas are junk, but I use one of these antennas as my primary antenna, so they're all not junk. And, you know, they do work, but it all depends on what area you live in. See, what they're doing, these antennas are doing, is they're throwing in hot words. Upgraded 2019. They throw in 4K, 1080p, You know, this antenna threw in everything. Signal booster, support 4K, 1080p, UHF, VHF, Freeview 8. They threw in everything. Amplifier. They threw in every hot word in this, and people buying it. I mean, you know, I will say this. This is the antenna I use. I have the 2018 model, and it works great for my area. I'm in an urban area. You know, any of these antennas will work great because I'm in an urban area. I'm close to the antennas. But something like this dubious claim of this little bitty antenna being 130 plus mile range. I mean, yeah, that's if you probably living outside and on a flat plane. You know, that's the only way that antenna. But when you got objects in your way, your walls, trees, mountains, you know, it's not gonna work, man. Like this one I want to look at. I did a review on this antenna. It's called the Hot Cat antenna. Very dubious claim. You see, they way cheaper than the You Must Have, the antenna that get the most channels on. Then they put 130 miles. This antenna didn't get nowhere near to the amount of channels, you know, of what the antenna that I have now. Nowhere near the amount of channels. And it's claiming about 130 plus miles when my You Must Have antenna is only claiming 60. But you more than half, but you can't get the amount of channels that my other antenna have in the same location. I did a review on that, you know. And another thing too, I've tested these antennas in rural areas. I did road tests with these antennas. You know, they're not meant for rural areas. If you're in a rural area, an antenna like this is not going to work for you. It's not going to be your best friend. Yeah, you might pick up 4 or 5 channels. It might be pixelated. You know, it might not. Most likely, it's not going to be the antenna for you. But these antennas are not completely garbage. If you live in a city, if you live in a downtown area, you know, you're rarely at home. Get one. You can use one of these antennas. They will work for you because they do work. I would say even though these antennas have dubious claims of being 120 miles, you know, well, they are going to be at least 35 miles. So you're going to be able to pick up some channels. Get you a converter box. You can record the video on that too. But these antennas, you know, they're not for rural areas. They are not for rural areas. And you know, the last thing, knowing how to cut the cord and knowing how cord cutting works. So a lot of people cut the cord and don't know where to go. You know, don't know where to start. They don't know what the Roku's used for. They don't know what a Fire Stick is used for. They get a Fire Stick, and then when they find out, okay, I can select the streaming service, they think they have to pay for everything. They end up getting 5 or 6 streaming services just to get one channel from each service. You know, it's all about finding that service that will get you the channels you need. You know, you need 5 or 6 services to get all the channels you need. You know, to me, I view it as a game. That's why I wrote this article. To me, it's like a game. You have to put the pieces together like a puzzle. You have to put the pieces together for you. First thing you want to do is write down, just like you write down your goals in life. Write down, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, write down what you need, your household needs. Do you need cartoons? The kids may like Disney or Teen Titans Go, but I guarantee you there's a show they're going to like, whether it's free or if you don't necessarily need Teen Titans Go. PBS is a great platform. They're free. They got cooking shows. You don't have to worry about any subliminal messages like they have in SpongeBob. You don't have to worry about if it's vulgar. SpongeBob to me is, I'd rather watch Squidbillies. I'd rather have my kids watch Squidbillies than watch SpongeBob. Aqua Teen Hunger Force than SpongeBob, Because SpongeBob have hidden messages, man, But, just, write down the channels you want. Search the channels, search the services that offer those channels, and then go with that. Or you could just take a leap in the dark, man. Just go black. Just cancel everything. Go with Tuba TV and Pluto. Download Tuba TV and Tuba TV and Pluto TV and Sony Crackle, Freeform, HD movies, whatever free platforms out there. Give them a try. PBS even has an app. PBS Kids, download them apps. See how that works out for you. You're gonna find content. You're gonna find content that you like. And just go with it, man. If you're on a budget, like I said, get rid of everything, do a blackout, do a TV blackout, and just figure it out. It's amazing what you can do once you feel like you're back against the wall. You can either give in or try something different. If you really need to save money, do a complete blackout. Get you a streaming device and boom, see what you can find. You're gonna find programs very similar to what you watch on paid services. It's not gonna be exactly the same, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be similar. But that is it, folks. If you have any questions or anything, man, just hit up the comment section. Like I said, you got different cord cutter Facebook groups you can try. Hit up the comment section. You have any questions? I'm pretty sure somebody's going to jump in. If I can't answer, somebody's going to jump in and answer that question for you. Promise you that. Stay tuned, folks. I got some reviews coming out this week. I posted that I will be willing to review any product that's sent to me, long as it's cord cutter related. So people have been sending me items, and just checking them out right now. And going to present it to you guys, see how you like them, because there's nothing wrong with trying some, showing people something new. If I feel like I can show you something that will benefit you, then, oh man, I have no problem with that. I've been in situations where I've been shown stuff that I absolutely had no idea was available, but man, I need that. I need something like that, For example, the Nike Plus running watch. I didn't know they had the Nike Plus running watch. This whole time I was carrying my phone in my pocket, big huge phone in my pocket, but I could get a watch and wear the watch, and it got GPS tracking. It's a lot of stuff there a lot of people don't know about. So that's what I'm gonna be doing presenting people with stuff you probably never knew about. Especially in this day and age, cord cutting is growing. Definitely want to show you guys something. TV is getting more popular. Ring home security is getting more popular. Watch when Christmas come, man. They're gonna be talking more about people snatching packages off porches. There's ways you can combat that without paying a monthly service or paying over $100 for a device. It's a lot of devices out here. But that is it, folks. If you enjoy the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will talk to you guys next time.